Hey guys, your boy Riva here, and today I'm with a new microphone. I hope it's better for you guys to understand me now. We will see. Today I want to talk about special equipment, and I want to show you my tier list so that you can, let's say, figure out why I think some special equipments are better than the others and why some are pretty much useless, right? So after this free summon with Rico, the duo everyone loves, let's get right into it. So if you don't know about every special equipment, talisman in this case, you can go to the codex, go to gear, and go to, where is it? I was on it already, yeah. So basically here you can find all the possible special talismans or talismans in the game in one area, right? So let's check the tier list. And you see two items on top already. I don't know the name. Let's check the name for a second. The first name is Bengal Charm, and his ability is, if you get attacked, recover 50 action points when hit by an attack that targets all allies, right? So this sounds really, really good because many units have attacks that targets all enemies. For example, Sigma and Stella have it, and recovering 50 action points means basically that your TO reduce cooldown heals, for example, up, right? So you can use it for heroes like Tayo. And let's check others. Who else can use it? Eva. On Eva, so you can see already, it's like, it works with every healer that has an AoE heal that can reduce the burst, right? For example, here you can reduce the cooldown by 2 turns. Means it will have, I think on the highest level it will only have a 1 turn cooldown. Yeah. So as you can see, it really helps you against the area of effect damage by making your heal always available, right? So it's a very strong talisman for healers. Yeah, you can say it right. Like Tayo on level 3, on level max has to heal every turn if you can burst it, right? And it costs like 60 AP, and the talisman gives you 50. You will always have your ult ready. Means you can always burst heal. It's crazy good. It's one of the best talisman you can get. And because it's action points, it will also be useful in arena, right? Because chain points are useless. So definitely one of the best, if not the best, talisman right now. The other one for PvE, the dices, they are really, really good. They allow you, do I have the best one on? Yeah, I have this one. Okay, the passive is not so interesting for Noah or the team because you usually want to burst the enemy as fast as possible down. But it recovers chain points, 10 chain points when an attack scores a critical hit, right? And Noah, with her skill, can attack one with Kaiser Knuckle and Kaiser Cannon, right? And if both crits, you get like 20 chain points, which is crazy. Then with her ult, she generates 25 chain points, and it's just, you will generate so many chain points with it. If you have a team with 4 of these dices, I currently think I have 4, but I'm not utilizing it because stamina is limited anyway. But if you have it on like 4 heroes and they all are able to crit with Valentine, it's crazy. You will have so many, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 already. One of them I'm not even using. I just got it. And you can do so many bursts in the mono team. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely disgusting. Definitive S tier because there is just no better one right now for PvE, at least in my opinion. So let's go to the next one. We are going down to the A tier, and this one is debatable because it recovers 10 chain points when attacking a target that has enraged, right? So basically, if the enemy is enraged, it will be more likely, especially for your supports and so on who don't quit, that they can generate the chain points needed to break the enemy before he ults, right? So really, really strong in the but only on units that can't quit, right? So definitely keep it in mind for Tayo, for Eva, for Saren, and so on, just for the case that they are bolt on quit and you want to generate chain points. It's very reliable. It can be used even on DPS if you don't have the talisman or if they are not on crit. So very flexible thing, really good. I like it, and yeah, that's kind of it. The next one is this cross. Let's check the crossout. Yeah, recovers 10 chain points when using a non-attack skill. This again is really good because like Tayo, who will spam her S3, can generate chain points with it. But of course, it's better on units who have 2 non-attack skill abilities, right? Let's check which ones. Even on Valentine, she can use it because she can spam her S3, but of course she is much better with the dice. But Tayo, Eva has 2 non-attack skill abilities, one which can be lowered. Brennan can show like every healer already. Kate can even use it because her cooldown on her S2 is on 2 rounds, so if you build it up. And Cindy, I'm not sure, but like it's basically nearly every healer, right? And if you need chain points reliable, but they are not good at quitting, then this also becomes a really good item. And now we are going to see a lot of AP talismans. AP currently not so useful, the turns are too short in arena, and it's kinda like you only want AP if you need the ability, if you need it, right? In PvP, it's like you never get the turns really to use AP. I mean, Valentine, thanks to her expert turn, gets it sometimes, but most of your healers are not so lucky. They might get a burst out, but that means that the game goes already longer. It's not expected. It will be very strong in a bruiser or tank meta. We don't have it currently, but check it out. Yeah, of course, this one, I forgot the name. Let's check the highest one. Gladiator's Charm, right? Because 10 chain points when using an ultimate. Okay, so this is not about AP, but this is about ultimate, right? The difference is, I mean, on Tayo, it's kind of the same with the non-skill thing, because if you spam your ult, this will kind of do the same job. So it's good for heroes who have a low cooldown on ultimates if they have any at all, but it's just outclassed by the dice. It's less reliable than the enraged one, right? It will be better on some units, but it's not something you are like, if you get it, you're not like, oh my god, yes, right? Because in my mind, only Tayo right now can really well utilize it. At least it can be used on DPS units, because it doesn't care about it being a non-attack. But other than that, it's good, but it's like outclassed by the others right now. Could change, of course. Okay, the next one, I never got this one. Sage Charm. Recovers 10 chain points when attacking with an advantage element. So this is like, it highly relies on what you are grinding, right? It's not reliable on arena. I mean, of course, you could say Valentine and Tayo are 2 fire elements. You could put it on someone. Okay, arena, it's chain points, it's used anyway. But like, you only use, it's probably the best one if you are putting it on a DPS that not always crits, but you want to get 10 chain points, right? Like if you're going into the fire dungeon and you want to use it on, and you use a lot of water element units, then this might be better than the dice, right? Especially if the unit is not able to quit, like if you're playing bleed team, or if or in the Chimera dungeon, if you rely on burn and not on, okay, Chimera dungeon is dice again better because you always quit, but you get my point. It's like, it's far more situational than the dice. Next one, this one I actually like. It's the same, but with action points. It's at least usable in arena, other than the chain points one, and attacking with an advantage element. Yeah, the same issue, right, that we have with the other one. You have to use it on unit. It's not usable on all enemies. You have to go for a special enemy, put it on, and then hope that it and then it will generate the same amount of chain points the dice will do. But it's annoying. Like, I think for many people, switching gears is already annoying, and doing it even for talismans, that's just asking for too much right now. Oh, this one I don't have either. Recover 30 action points when using an ultimate. Sounds actually really good on arena. I think I put it a bit low. It could be A. I'm not sure. Should I put it A? Because I can't test it yet. And if you can guarantee that you go from your S3 into your S2 with burst, that sounds actually quite good, right? And I think no other Talisman can do that right now. So I think I made a big mistake by putting it in each. I mean, let's put in A. If you get a second turn and you get the 30 AP, it can make or break, especially with the on 6-star when you get plus 25 AP. This can be a huge difference. So let's not get ahead of ourselves and put it higher up, because it might be the best arena talisman. This was wrong for me to put it down. Okay, the next one, the worst of the kind, because 22 action points when attacking all enemies. I think on the highest it's 30, so it has the same application like the Assassin's one. And now I remember why I couldn't put Assassin's higher, because I mean, it's very, very nice, right? But your ultimate has to be attack all. But if I put the Assassin's one higher, now, I mean, currently they are both not needed because of speed, but now that I think about it, I want to say, hey, if we get second turn arena, those two can actually be good if you have 6-star heroes, right? Because then they can reliable burst on HS2. So let's put them both in A. I think it's unfair to put them down because of speed meta. And yeah, let's move down. So the last two, avoid. Yeah, recover 30 action points when killing an enemy. Yeah, okay. This could be, I'm not sure if I didn't test it yet, I have one. But if it will be per enemy, then it means if you kill 2 enemies with your first ult in arena, you could get 60 action points. I'm not sure if it's like that, but then it could be potentially better than the Assassins or the, what's this one, Mage one. The problem I see is just that it feels like overkill, right? Like, recover 30 action points by killing an enemy. You're not really, if you kill enemies in arena, you're already on a good way, because you're most likely to be first turn, and the 30 action points. Yeah, I will avoid it for now. It sounds amazing in PvE when you are going through a lot of enemies, but PvE currently is, as long as we don't get, let's say we get a instance, a dungeon in which you have to kill 4 stacks of enemies and the level goes up, right? You kill 1 stack, then it goes up. You kill 1 stack, then it goes up. And there are infinite levels, right? Then this talisman could be really, really amazing. But other than that, we currently don't have that. I think for now, avoid using it, because it's just what we call in Magic the Gathering or other card games, win more. You already won if you can use it, right? If you can play the talisman, you already won if it's usable. Like, you don't need it, it's just win more. So the last one, Prophet Charm, I have it in avoid, but I think it's in niche. I'm not sure why I did it like that. I think avoid because, of course, 50% to get the chain points is like, nah, avoid, it's way too bad. You get 7 chain points when the battle starts, right? On the highest one, I think it's 10. But it's, even if every unit procs it, it's still only 40 chain points. And like, every of your units will get a turn before you will use a chain attack. And so I think it's like, just use the other ones which do it with a wall fight, and not do it just for the first turn, get 40 AP and then it's over. It's like by far the worst one, right? It might be better on arc demons. I'm not sure if it's carries over. I think I'm not sure if chain points carry overs. I'll just run through it. But yeah. So definitely, if you are playing, if you are using talismans, which every one of us does, the premium ones are the Dice and Vanguard, right? Vanguard overall, because your units that can use burst, like the healers who can reduce the skill cooldowns with the burst, they will love this. They will be more able to spam the heals far, far more. While the chain point one, the World Charm, will allow you to have so many, because it also counts in the chain attacks. It means that you can go from chain attack into chain attack into chain attack, like it's an infinite amount of chain attack later on. It's really, really crazy, especially in mono teams. So these two are basically the ones you are looking to get every time you get it. If you have a lot of PvE, talismans, world champs, and so on already, you want to switch to AP for arena. But at the start, early mid game, go for the PvE charms. the chain point charms, because they are just you need a good PvE. You need a good PvE progress to prepare for PvP. Yeah. And oh my god, I talked a lot already. with everything out of the way, thank you for listening. I hope you have a good one, and yeah, I can't wait for the new patch on Wednesday, right? See you guys. Have a good one.